July 2021 NPD, the PS5 and the Switch led the U.S. hardware market. All right. This comes to us from PlayStationLifestyle.net via Zarmina Khan over there. Thank you very much for this article. U.S. consumers spent $4.6 billion on gaming in July 2021. Yeah, I thought there was a shortage. I thought there was a video game shortage, a drought, like nobody could find consoles, whatnot. Yeah, but yeah, $4.6 billion was spent on gaming in July of this year, according to the industry tracking firm, the NPD Group. This is up 10%. From the same period last year, so July 2020 versus July 2021, 10% gross more was sold this year. And it's also been the best July the industry has ever seen since 2008. PlayStation 5 was the most successful console in terms of dollar sales, although the Nintendo Switch actually sold more units in July. Year to date, hardware spending has increased 50% when compared to the same period in 2020, reaching $2.7 billion in sales, and NPD analyst Mike Pascatella explained. On the software side, Sony San Diego's MLB The Show 21 surpassed Resident Evil Village, sorry Nellie, to become the second best-selling game of 2021. The title has benefited from the multi-platform release, due to this on Xbox as well as on Game Pass for PC, making its year-to-date sales the best in the franchise's history. As far as accessories are concerned, the Skyward Sword HD Edition Joy-Con dominated the market in July. The white DualSense controller remains the best-selling accessory year to date, though. Consumer spending across all three segments, which are hardware, content, and accessories, was also up 10% on year. And you know what? Since we actually are talking about the NPD reports, you know what? Let's talk about some of the best-selling games for 2021 for July 2021. At number 1 was Legend of Zelda: Skyward Sword. No shock there, honestly. Number 2 was Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. Number 3 was Monster Hunter Stories 2: Wings of Ruin. So yeah, like Nintendo's having a good month. Let's put it that way. Some other games. In 6th place was Mario Golf Super Rush. 7th place was MLB The Show 21. And in 11th place was Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart. So it's still up there. Still in the top 20. Alright, guys. So, question. Sony announced recently that its 2022 sales goal for the PlayStation 5, trying to reach over 22 million consoles sold. Do you believe that the month after month performance of the PS5, because last month was also an incredible month for PS5 sales, do you think that this is going to keep going, or do you think there might be a little bit of fizzle out as we get towards the end of the year?
I mean, I'd like to help them meet that goal, but really, I know people who are still trying to get PlayStation 5s. I myself am one of them. A buddy of mine just got his PlayStation 5 today. So there's still demand there.
Yeah. Well, there's going to be demand,
and there's still room for improvement, and for the sales to go up. Right? There's still people who are clamoring to get them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, there's always in the first year of a console's life cycle, there's always going to be like a demand and stuff like that. As a matter of fact, most of the demand doesn't really go away until after the second year of any new console life. I mean, look at what happened to the Switch. Look what happened to the Xbox One. PS4 was also a high demand item, but people had to get over the burn that was the PS3. And stuff like that. So every
this
console
has been different though. Right?
It's been different because of COVID.
Yeah.
It's also been different because there's a digital revolution in how people shop now. And when I say that, I mean scalpers.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a lot of things going on, that are kind of impacting this differently. Every console has been hard to find at launch. And every console is usually hard to find, up until 9 months into the launch cycle. Nintendo Switch had a lot of difficulty this first year, getting into people's hands, but Nintendo systems definitely saw hotcakes and stuff like that. There's no denying that. But yeah, every console kind of struggles. I think the only console that really struggled to get sold, but didn't struggle as far as being put into people's hands, I think the only system that didn't struggle was the Xbox 360. I might be wrong on that, but it seems like Microsoft was able to keep up with the supply and demand of the 360 when it first launched. But don't quote me on that because I'm not like an Xbox expert here, so don't quote me on that.
No, I want to say I remember the Xbox. I got the Xbox on my birthday, which was actually just after Christmas when that launched. I don't remember it being that terribly hard. I remember sitting out of. Fun fact, actually, I remember the story of me buying a Xbox 360 outside of the Target. I don't remember it being that difficult. I remember there being a lot of people there.
Yeah.
There being a pretty good supply of them. But and I remember the Wii being hard to find, but I remember being able to find it in a store eventually, and I think that's one of the things that's been changed up this time. It's what happens when you launch a system in a pandemic.
Yeah.
And you want to get it into people's hands, and you can't get them out the store, and you have other issues with things like GameStop only selling in bundles. That takes people out of the market too, right? Like I may be able to afford a $500 system, but I can't spend $800 on $800 to buy.
Yeah, exactly. There's
my kid doesn't need to eat this week.
Or you mean the rest of this month? You mean
right? And that's if you can get it just and get it just right.
Nellie, do you think that Sony's gonna be able to maintain the momentum through the rest of the year? I mean, it's August right now, so we still have technically 3 more months left in the year.
3 more months.
Yeah. Do you think it's gonna keep this month after month like continuation of like high sales and stuff like that? Yeah, as long as Nintendo's still pumping out Switches and the new Switch is coming, so I guarantee you that's gonna take a huge bite out of Sony's momentum when the new Switch launches in November, right? Yeah. Same time as Metroid. Same day as Metroid. Yeah. But
it could go up and down. That's what I'm thinking. As far as sales, just like you said, like the Switch is coming out. So that
I'm sorry, Lasby in the chat corrected me. It's October 8th. Wait, October 8th? Oh crap! I got less time than I think to get that new Metroid game.
But like you said, like it could go up and down due to the Switch getting ready to come out. It might be easier to find the Switch than the PlayStation, so you never know. It's still room for improvement, but at this point, I really don't know. I hope they can still sell their goal, but again, who knows at this point?
Okay, and a follow-up question here. Do you think the DualSense controller will become the greatest all-time peripheral of Sony's hardware arsenal?
So far, I mean, most people are excited about the DualSense DualShock. Sure. So it might be. I remember when, not to sound like R-rated, I remember when vibrating controllers came out. Everybody thought it was the best thing in the world. So
yeah.
Who knows?
They hit with that rumble pack on the 64 first. That was the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Was the N64 first, or was it the DualShock controller first?
I don't know which was first, but I didn't have a PlayStation. I had a 64.
Uh-huh.
So like the rumble pack that came with Star Fox, like that was it. That was the shit at the time.
I remember the first runs of the DualShock controllers. The vibration was so freaking like, I'm just gonna say forceful. I think people wound up having like what's that sensation where your nerves are always firing? I think people had that after using the original PS1 DualShock controller for the longest time.
Somebody mentioned GoldenEye, yes.
Yep.
Yeah, but
Golden times of gaming.
I will say this. I am in love with my PS5 DualSense controller. I have 2 of them because like I'm one of those people when I get a system I usually try as quickly as possible to get a second controller for it. And then the Midnight Black and the Space Red ones are out now, and I know for sure I want one of the black ones. I do. I just need to justify to myself I'm going to spend $70 for an additional controller right now. But I love the DualSense controller. I love all the features that are available with it, and I hope that developers do more to utilize that controller. It's a nice controller, and it's freaking beautiful. I want to say it's like one of the best looking PlayStation controllers right now. Like it is like when they first unveiled it, everybody was thinking like, what is this Mad Catz looking thing here? It didn't look like specifically a PlayStation controller, but man, it feels great. It's got weight to it, and I love it. So yeah, I'm of the opinion that it might just be like one of the greatest like PlayStation peripherals out there. But only time will tell.